Let's now take you to the corridors of justice. The High Court of Kenya has delivered a defining judicial decision decriminalizing blanket consensual peer-to-peer relationships among adolescents. Justice Bahati Mwamuye ruled that urgent legislative review is required to halt the unjust incarceration of minors and fine-tune the nation's juvenile justice system. And as Ruth Omboy reports, the ruling calls for differentiating between exploitative sexual abuse and voluntary adolescent intimacy.
The High Court's judgment emphasizes the necessity of the best interest of the child principle, a cornerstone of both Kenyan law and international human rights conventions. The ruling mandates a paradigm shift with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Police Service to evaluate the age proximity, power dynamics and element of consent before pursuing defilement charges involving two minors.
Because there are segments of this society that still oppose comprehensive sexuality education in schools. So we do not get the necessary education in schools. Out of school, it is ad hoc and it is not universal. So those who get it are better equipped.
Rights advocates had argued that treating adolescents as hardened sex offenders for peer relationship destroys educational prospects and places minors in detention facilities where they face genuine risk of abuse. The ruling responds to years of advocacy by human rights organizations like the Katiba Institute and the Center for Reproductive Health.
And where the policy then is in conflict with the today's judgment, then there has to be realignment of the policies as required by law.
Elsewhere, the High Court sitting in Kiambu has quashed the appointment of former Cabinet Secretary Aisha Jumwa as chairperson of the Kenya Roads Board.
In those circumstances, declaratory relief is plainly warranted to formally pronounce the legal invalidity of the impugned appointment and affirm the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law in the exercise of public authority.
However, the judge declined to invalidate all decisions and actions undertaken during Jumwa's tenure, saying such sweeping orders could disrupt decisions that may have served the public interest. The petition had been filed by human rights activist Francis Owino, who challenged the appointment of Jumwa.
That any fresh appointment process must be undertaken strictly in accordance with Section 7 of the Kenya Roads Board Act, the first schedule thereto, and the constitutional principles governing public appointments.
Ruth Omboy for Prime Edition.